This is an act of war. So, guys, as you know, Canada was threatening to shut power off to the United States. And everybody responded to that like, that's a big to do. That is like no small threat. That's a huge threat. Canada has supply, is supplying, power to parts of the United States and most of the northeastern area of the United States. So they threatened to shut off power to three states: Michigan, Minnesota, and New York. Now, shutting off power, guys, in response to a tariff is like apples and oranges because tariffs are not going to kill anybody. It's going to cost people a little more money to buy certain products, but it's not going to kill anybody. Shutting off power could result in some people dying. Not everyone, not a lot, but enough people that it's an act of war because you're harming people and you can have resulting deaths because of this. Now, the power being shut off as in a rolling fashion, meaning they shut it off for an hour, not the end of the world. And they would shut it off for an hour just to show the United States that they have the power to do so. But if they want to be pricks, they can absolutely be pricks and shut it off for days. You shut it off for days, you're definitely going to have a problem because people are going to die, period. You're going to have people who rely on certain medical machines. You're going to see rioting and looting. You're going to see people acting a fool because they can, because the power's out. So all of that, it could result in people dying. Or rather, that will result in people dying. Not that it could, it will. The power being shut off could, but people acting a fool and carrying on, that's absolutely going to wind up getting somebody killed and tons of people injured or hurt. So, being that it was stated that they're going to do this, and though Trump is currently pulling back on some tariffs, so he's taking some tariffs away from like automobiles or something like that, and he's doing it to Mexico and Canada. So he's sort of like backing down, which not a good look. As a president of the United States, I would have been like, listen, you shut the power off because of our tariffs, we're going to go to war. And it's going to be an immediate action. It's not going to be this, 12-day buildup, 15. Shut the power off. We will have military actions within inside your country within hours. Hours. I would have already, the moment that Ford guy, the Ontario premier, made that threat, I would have already had the military on standby. I'm like, listen, you guys are going to be at the ready. They shut power off. We go on and start hammering these nails out. That would have been me. And that would have been my threat. My threat would have been right to war because that is an act of war once you shut off power and people wind up dying or getting hurt. I don't understand why Trump didn't make that threat. I don't know why any other politician didn't follow it up with, well, if he does that, we'll just go to war. Everybody was like tiptoeing around it, which was bizarre. Trump, who is the biggest mouth or the biggest mouth president we've ever had, and he didn't say a fucking thing. He was like, and then started pulling back on some of the tariffs. So again, like, is this just a game they're playing? Are they screwing with us? Is this just theater? Right? Is this all one big act? Or is this real? And Trump was like, shit, because I don't want to start a war over this. I would have started a war over that threat alone. I like, wait, you're threatening to shut the power off to the American people? We're going to go to war. Done. Now, that has a cascading effect. Going to war with Canada does have a cascading effect because other allies can turn against us, back up Canada. Russia might jump in the mix. China might jump in the mix. So they don't know what the fallout is going to be from that. I think I have an idea what it's going to be, but they're way better at figuring it out. So other than that, guys, the whole point of this video is to be ready in case the power is shut off. If you live in those three states, make sure you have your blackout kit ready to rock and roll. Make sure you have a black backup plan. Make sure you have cash on hand. Make sure you have all the medical supplies you need. Make sure you have the solar generators charged up and ready to rock and roll so that if you have anybody who needs a medical device run on power, you have that to back it up. Make sure you have your propane tanks filled. Make sure you have everything you need to cook, clean, take care of yourself because you're going to need it. Now, people like, why propane? Because in New York, in the modern buildings they're building now, seemingly a lot of them are built with electric stoves. So obviously, if the power goes out, guess what you're not doing? So you're definitely going to have to buy yourself some kind of propane stove, or just a barbecue that runs on propane, or even charcoal if you like cooking that way. It's up to you. Nonetheless, guys, be ready for whatever comes our way. Other than that, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.